This is a video coming from someone who was #1 in Alabama for multiple years across Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate. Someone who, despite his best efforts avoiding it, has been disappointed heavily by his results before. And as someone who has been cheered against, cheered for, and felt that type of pressure pile up beyond belief. Tournament nerves are the mark of competitive passion, and while scary, that is a great thing. Everyone wants to control their nerves so they can play their best in tournament. The thing about trying to control your tournament nerves, and the advice someone can give you, is that each and every person can have their own individual reasons. Whether it's because of the pressure knowing how big the tournament is, how stacked that tournament may be, how much attention that a tournament has from the scene, or even just feeling like you aren't playing well that day. The fact that you are nervous shows you care. And the fact that you care can bring out the best play out of you. And that's the important thing to realize, that the end goal is to bring out your best play. To be able to sit down in a set and focus entirely on the game right in front of you. So let's tackle some of those common worries. The size and scale of a tournament can be suffocating. When a lot of your scene's best players show up and the number of players go higher and higher, it's easy to get lost in the pressure of playing your best. But there are a few things to realize. You won't play every player there, so even if every top player shows up, you only really need to run into 2 or 3 of them to win a common local. Every player is human. Everyone will make mistakes in their play, but it's up to them to make up for those mistakes. None of what they do will influence what you do to prepare. And every mistake you make can be made up for. Keep yourself calm with music or breathing slowly. Play game by game, stock by stock, and aim to keep focus. You aren't aiming for perfect play. You're aiming to bring out your best to win this competition. Human error will happen, but the focus you have is up to you. While on the topic of mistakes, there are a lot of ways to reset yourself and keep focus. Some people use music to keep focus, as listening directly to the game sound can cause some players to rush things and get too mashy or greedy. Others prefer to use the game sound to keep focus, but like to use breathing between stocks to calm themselves down. And another common way to focus is to give yourself little reminders of what your opponent's doing in common situations, like how are they recovering to the stage, how are they deciding to tech in a tech chase situation, things to keep your mind focused on what's going on in the game. And one of the most important things to do is watching your opponent as much as you can. The more your mind ends up being on the gameplay, the less the nerves will get in the way, and the better the focus will be. I've played Smash competitively for 7 years now. I've dealt with the climb, I've dealt with the feeling like feeling unsure about my play and seeing how scary some brackets can be. But every time I sit down and start playing, I remember that I'm confident with myself. I'm confident that I practice enough to prepare for the bracket ahead. I'm confident enough that when I win I deserve it, and when I lose I can learn from it. There are many things you can do to allow yourself that confidence, but you have to trust yourself to do your best, because that's all you can really do, your best. Can you look at yourself and say that what you've prepared for is enough? Can you look at yourself and say what you practiced and studied has been as much as you could? Do you have your methods to keep calm and stay focused for what's ahead? If you can say yes to all of that, nerves won't stop you. Tournament nerves are natural. They show you care and everyone has them. But to control them is to take your passion for the game and push it towards doing your very best. Thank you for watching and stay cool.